Get ready for explosive action, because the UFC is heading to the White House for UFC Freedom 250. We've got Sean O'Malley breaking down his massive card, and you won't believe what he has to say about the matchups and his own career trajectory. Then, we dive into the gritty reality of the fight game with Harry Hardwick, who's fighting for his career on Saturday. This is more than just a fight. It's about the harsh truth that most MMA dreams don't make it. But that's not all. We're breaking down the UFC Freedom 250 betting odds, revealing the matchups where the money is moving and what it means for the fighters. Get ready for some shocking numbers. And finally, we're exploring the betting trends that shape the UFC landscape, looking at how age, momentum, and fight styles dictate the odds. You won't want to miss this deep dive into the business of fighting. Hit that subscribe button and ring the notification bell so you don't miss a second.
Your brand new iPhone deserves the best protection, and the iLune 3-pack screen protector plus 3-pack camera lens protector has you covered. Don't take risks with your iPhone. Click the link in the video description to shop now on Amazon.
Sean O'Malley is breaking down the UFC White House card. Suga, Sean O'Malley is sitting down with Daniel Cormier on the Daniel Cormier Show to give us the inside scoop on the highly anticipated UFC Freedom 250 event at the White House. O'Malley is opening up about his personal journey, from his early days in Helena, Montana, and his initial aspirations of playing professional sports like the NFL or NBA, to his transition into the world of mixed martial arts. He's also addressing the much-talked-about call-out from Corey Sandhagen and elaborating on why this particular UFC card, set to take place at the White House, is such a monumental event for the sport. Get ready for a deep dive into his viral knockout of Alfred Kashakian, the unforgettable moment when Snoop Dogg lost his mind reacting to the finish, and his championship victory over Aljamain Sterling. Plus, he's revisiting his fights with Petr Yan and the loss to Marlon Cheeto Vera, offering insights into his career highs and lows. Fans are buzzing about O'Malley's perspective on the White House card, eager to hear his thoughts on the star-studded lineup and the unique venue. Analysts are already speculating on how this historic event will impact the sport's popularity and accessibility. Don't go anywhere, because the stakes are even higher for another fighter on this massive card. Next up, we're talking about the harsh realities of chasing an MMA dream with Harry Hardwick. Harry Hardwick is fighting for his UFC future. For Harry Hardwick, the path to the UFC octagon was a decade-long grind, working shifts at his dad's cafe in Middlesbrough to fund his dream. He finally made his debut in September 2025 on just 5 days' notice, stepping in to face Brazil's Cá Fernandes. Unfortunately, the dream debut turned into a nightmare, ending in a first-round loss that saw him leave the octagon in a wheelchair. Now, the 31-year-old has a critical second chance this Saturday at the Meta Apex in Las Vegas, facing the undefeated Marwan Rahiki. With a full training camp behind him and back at his preferred featherweight division, Hardwick is determined to prove himself. A second consecutive defeat could mean being cut from the UFC roster, a harsh reality for many aspiring fighters. Yet, Hardwick considers himself fortunate to be one of the few who have escaped the intense competition, stating, "The harshest reality is that most dreams fail." He emphasizes the financial instability and inconsistency inherent in the sport, advising aspiring fighters that the glamorous life seen from stars like Conor McGregor is not the norm. Despite the struggles, he cherishes the camaraderie and dedication found in the gym, calling those times some of the best times in my life. But what happens when the odds are stacked against you before you even step into the cage? Get ready as we break down the betting lines for UFC Freedom 250. UFC Freedom 250, the betting odds are in. The UFC's groundbreaking event at the White House, UFC Freedom 250, is just around the corner, and the betting lines are starting to paint a picture of who's favored and who's up against it. With 6 fights on the card, 4 are showing decidedly lopsided odds. Headlining the event is Ilia Topuria, defending his lightweight title against Justin Gaethje, with Topuria entering as a heavy favorite at -667, while Gaethje is a +400 underdog. Odds Gaethje hasn't seen since his bout against Khabib Nurmagomedov. The co-main event features Alex Pereira defending his interim light heavyweight title against Cyril Gane, in what's expected to be a closely contested bout with Pereira at -125 and Gane at -105. Other notable matchups include Sean O'Malley facing Ayman Zahabi, -400 for O'Malley, Mauricio Ruffy against Michael Chandler, +425 for Chandler, Bo Nickel facing Kyle Daukaus, -370 for Nickel, and Diego Lopes taking on Steve Garcia, -200 for Lopes. Fans and analysts are dissecting these odds, particularly Geith's underdog status and Gane's consistent reward with title shots despite recent mixed results. The question on everyone's mind is whether the American fighters can overcome the odds on home soil, especially in such a historic venue. These odds tell a story, but what broader trends are shaping the betting landscape in the UFC? We're diving into the betting trends that could influence your fight night picks next. MMA betting trends, what the odds tell us. As the UFC continues to captivate audiences, the betting markets offer a fascinating lens through which to view upcoming fight cards. Beyond the star power and the octagon action, emerging patterns in betting trends reveal how age, finishing ability, and matchmaking dynamics influence the odds. Consider the upcoming bout between Vallejos and Emmett. Vallejos, a young undefeated prospect at 24, faces the veteran Emmett, 41, who has struggled recently. This age gap, combined with Vallejos' aggressive, finishing style, creates a scenario where prop bets on method of victory, like a knockout, become particularly compelling. These trends are often driven by how UFC matchmaking pairs rising prospects with established veterans, creating narratives that sportsbooks and fans alike latch onto. For instance, the Lemos versus Robertson fight highlights how stylistic specialists, like Robertson with her record submission wins, can generate significant interest in specific betting markets. Furthermore, the inherent volatility of MMA, with frequent fight card changes due to injuries or weight issues, means that line movement throughout fight week is crucial. Understanding these underlying patterns, from the psychology of betting on younger fighters to the impact of a fighter's finishing prowess, provides a deeper insight into the business and the sport itself. That's all the fight news we have for you today. Stick around for a quick recap of all the biggest stories. Hugh, what a packed show. We heard from Sean O'Malley about the historic UFC White House card, learned about the tough realities of chasing an MMA dream from Harry Hardwick, and broke down all the wild betting odds for UFC Freedom 250. Plus, we explored the key betting trends shaping the fight game. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you never miss an update. Let us know in the comments which fight you're most excited about, and follow us on all our social media platforms for even more exclusive content.